Hey Scorpio, happy March 2017. Thanks for joining me. Hello, my name is JJ. For all my new viewers, subscribers, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate everyone being here every month. So, I'm a bit teary-eyed because I've just been yawning this whole time, Scorpio. So tired for some reason. As I meditate on your side. I'm a bit in a blank space at the moment. I'm kind of just like trying to get through these readings because yesterday didn't go as planned. I wanted to get more done yesterday, and I actually didn't have the ability to do that, unfortunately. So I'm making up for it today as much as I can. So Scorpio, this month is the month of karma and destiny. I've kind of said this with for every sign, and that's because Sun is in Pisces, and Pisces rules the 12th house, which is all about mystery, the unknown, and the occult, and karma, and learning our lessons, basically tying up the loose ends of the end of the astrological year as we slowly approach renewal in the cycle. And then of course we will start with Aries and move on, and so on and so forth. So this is kind of like the last month for us to, how do I put it? Things that we've just been procrastinating on for a very long time, especially this last year. We need to just put an end to these things now. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. And it's going to be irritating for a few of us who just like can't be fucked. Sorry, excuse my French, but like I don't feel the need to censor what I say on my own channel, and sometimes swear words just come out of me. The point is that we're at this point where we're trying to make the world work for us. Because we're kind of done forcing our way into the world. We're sort of sick and tired of having to change the way that we do things, the way that we dress, think, feel, speak. As you can clearly see, I'm a Scorpio rising, so I kind of like I'm feeling very like this is an intense topic for me. It's always an intense topic for me, and I'm an Aquarius as well, so like there's more of this like insistence on just being unique and your own self. And this month where you're just like, you know what? I've been compromising for a very long time now. I've been trying to be subtle, and I've been trying to reach a middle ground with people at work, for example. Where I'm not pushing for what it is that I want, and I'm like trying to please everyone, and least of all myself, sort of thing. But like, what is it that I'm getting out of it? Like the whole 2016 kind of just like whizzed by, and in the end, what did I win, and how did I benefit from all of this? And here we are, 2017. We've made a promise to ourselves that this year is going to be different. It's going to be stronger. It's going to be a year full of changes. And most of all, a year of achievements where we compensate for all the goddamn losses that we suffered from in 2016. So I'm done compromising. Pretty much. I'm done. Like, bring it on. Bring on the karma. Judgment has been popping up for a lot of signs this month, and that's because we are dealing with karma this month. That's it. We are tying the loose ends. We're definitely just saying goodbye to shit that like never seems to end. Never seems to end. Like, you wanted me to change for you. I tried to the best of my ability, but I am who I am. I either honor it, you either respect it, or you're gone. And I'm sorry if that's harsh. And I'm kind of like speaking on behalf of everyone here, not just myself. So there is this like very strong feeling of competition and challenge in this sense. You're challenging yourself to be a better person without losing the essence of what makes you you. And that is a turn on. It is. It is. There's a lot of opportunity for love this month, which is a bit ironic because Venus is retrograde. So I would urge you to be mindful of any relationships you get involved in. Ooh, like I don't even know if that was meant to happen, but all right. I would be mindful of any relationships that you get involved in this month. Like, so Venus goes retrograde on the 4th of March and continues retrograde until the 15th of April. It's a time where like it's kind of cool if you want to revisit old flings and relationships and exes and stuff like that. Like that's fine and dandy because like you already know that territory. You can't screw up more than you already did or more than they already did, if you get my drift. So that's fine. But it's like if you meet someone and the thing is that you probably will, because like if I remember correctly, when I was looking over the astrology for your sign, Mars enters your like partnership sector, like your partnership house, the house of your couples, and that suggests that there's going to be a lot of action in that area of your life this month, and it's going to push you to kind of like involve yourself with things like relationship aptitude, relationship dedication. You might like also feel this need to get in touch with like a lot of people, and again there's going to be this very erotic vibe, like especially like the first half of the month. Also, yes, I'm paying attention to how many times I say like, and I'm criticizing myself in the moment. Sorry. Because I'm noticing it. But, so yeah. Sorry for that interruption. The first half of the month is going to have this very erotic feel. You will feel the urge to interact with so many people, get in touch with quite a lot of people, and you'll find a lot of suitors available around you, and some of whom will be like really desirable in terms of having a long-term match. Now here's where it gets tricky. Too many cards. Here's where it gets tricky. Because Venus is in retrograde, like I said, you don't want to commit. Because it's likely if you make a commitment this month to a relationship, there's this slight chance that it might not last. Even though I advise you to look at where Venus falls in your own personal natal chart, because that will give you a more thorough indication of which area of your life is going to be affected the most and reassessed. Generally speaking, for Scorpios in general, Scorpio suns and moon and rising, but mostly for Scorpio sun, Venus is going to have an effect on your work this month. So all things related to aesthetic values, if you work in the field of design, you're going to feel maybe more motivated to produce especially beautiful work this month. That's for those of you who are not afraid to take on a challenge and who aren't afraid to kind of push themselves to the other level. Those of you who are feeling, on the other hand, lazy, not as motivated, are the ones who are going to suffer the most this month if you work in sectors like interior design, graphic design, anything that requires like heightened creativity, art, etc., etc. So this month, I is a very important month for you to really take your feelings seriously. So for instance, if you get two different proposals that come your way, one pays more than the other, but the other is one that really makes you feel like it gets your heart beating, it makes you excited. Follow the one that speaks to you emotionally. Okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna put these cards down, lay these out, and then I can say that we have all your cards on the table. Yeah. Yeah. So, let's have a look here. So the first half of this, like the first part of this reading where I was kind of like off on a rant and cursing and cussing and like basically encouraging everyone to just be themselves and to just, you know, tie up the loose ends and stuff and make the world work for you, as opposed to forcing yourself into a situation where you feel uncomfortable in your own skin. You're pretty much just like asking for the universe to bring it on. It's like, bring it on, bitch. I don't care. Like, I have these lessons to learn. I'm pretty sure I've done a very good job learning them, but I'm done forcing things against the grain. Just give me what I deserve already, as long as it comes in a package that's wrapped up as a new beginning, please. Thank you very much. 2017 started 2 months ago, and yet it still doesn't seem to really be here. And a lot of, you know, astrologers were warning against the first portion of 2017 being a rather difficult period anyway for like the majority of people, save for Libra, who seems to be the celestial favorite and is just having their way this year. The rest of us have to have quite a bit of work to do, like the first few months of this year. And this work in your case also like has a lot to do with like letting go of material possessions and feeling so attached to like money. And that's also part of the reason why I was suggesting that following your heart this month in the work sector and following what it is that makes you more excited, like a project that will help you develop things more artistically, more creatively, and really bring out this beauty in your work, is more favorable for you than another project that happens to pay off more. You'll find that the project that suits your liking and that speaks to your heart is the one that will ultimately make you feel wealthier, Scorpio, and will open doors in the future later on to actually make more money. So if money is not on your mind this month, art is. This will inadvertently pave the way for money in the future. It's kind of destined, let's say. Yeah. So this whole row, you know, talks about finding that spark and that passion again and just wanting to move on, and it's moving on from this judgment here that's just been tormenting you for a very long time. Moving on from this judgment, you know, and allowing you to feel like you're kind of revitalized again. You feel fresh and young again, and just, you know, able to manifest whatever it is that comes to your mind. Again, with this attitude of like, well, you know, money is not so important. I'm feeling sexy and attractive and confident this month, and I know that I can make things happen for myself as long as I follow my heart. Then the wheel is just going to spin in my favor. It's not going to be easy. I mean, like, I might end up being like a struggling artist or something, temporarily speaking, but that's okay because I'm exploring new territory, and I'll be damned if someone gets in my way and stops me from doing this. I have faith. I have faith that it's going to take me places, which is what the Ace of Pentacles does. It takes you places, and it's basically following the direction of feeling more content. And that's what we all want. Finally, you set your own ground rules and your laws, and someone else got this as well, got the Emperor. And if this is not talking about you having a more, adopting a healthier approach to how you wish to live your life in a more structured manner after you've been doing several months of thinking, this kind of mind matter that gets brought down from the Empress's energy. Like the Empress in Tarot feeds the Emperor. When the Emperor pops up in a reading, it is suggested that you've already gone through this phase of thinking how much effort and work you've put into things with the Empress, like that you've harnessed your potential, and now it's actually time for you to actualize it in your environment. And that's when the Emperor comes up. That's when he comes up to say, okay, I have the information I need, I have the resources I need. And the resources in this case just don't have to be money, but it's more about temperament. It's more about confidence. It's more about being sharp with people you need to be sharp with, and being your own boss. And you know what? Like, freaking confronting a boss if you have to confront them, basically. Because you've been trying to catch their attention for quite a while now, let's say, to get things done your way. And like I said before, more subtly, and they weren't catching on to this. They were ignoring you. Maybe they weren't taking you very seriously, and now you're just like putting your foot down. You're like, no, that's it. This is where I draw the line, basically. This authoritative approach will hopefully, I see it working out well for you. And that's just a feeling. Yeah. So, Scorpio, let's see here if there's anything else that needs to be addressed. Yeah, kind of, actually. The fact that there are 2 pages here. So, for some people, pages represent messages, like new messages, new ideas coming through. When we're talking about the Page of Cups, we're talking about a new way of feeling, and just kind of like taking a new approach to recognizing emotion, and allowing, deciding how much you allow this emotion to overwhelm you or help you. And with the Page of Swords, we're talking about coming into new territory, new grounds, and being acting more confidently about this newfound ground of yours. Granted, okay, the Page of Swords is a bit of a reckless energy, because he or she doesn't necessarily know where they're going, and kind of always feels like they have to be on the lookout for things. It's always like peering one eye over your shoulder because you're not so sure if there's someone following you. You have this feeling. To me, the Page of Swords is paranoia in a way, but things are happening really, really, really fast, Scorpio, and I wouldn't blame you if you felt that you needed to slow things down just a tiny bit. With this 9 of Wands, you may encounter this moment of hesitation at some point in the future, thinking, oh gosh, maybe I didn't think things through. I felt a bit cocky for a bit there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say what I said, because Scorpios can be quite intense individuals, and sometimes we will say things without thinking twice, even though, I'm sorry, I kind of have to take that back, because most Scorpios I know actually calculate what it is they want to say to someone, which means that you spend an ideal amount of time in reflection and in reflective mode, and that's why some Scorpios tend to be rather silent in their demeanor and just speak to themselves, not even as they look at someone in front of them. They're kind of having a conversation with the person, but they're having a conversation with them in their heads first, thinking twice before they speak out loud. But again, it's just that this whole idea of this frustration culminating to a point where you just want things to start happening. They're on the edge, but you're on the edge, but you're not quite there yet, is what's triggering this Judgment card to come, and this feeling of just walking away, this feeling of speeding things up in combination with this feeling of a lot of intensity, just a lot of intensity being thrown at you. There might come a moment where you're just a bit, reticent, thinking, okay, all right, I'm getting a bit tired here. I feel a bit beaten up. I need to slow down. And that's kind of where the paranoia kicks in. Once you really put yourself out there. But be confident. Stick to your guns, Scorpio. Stick to your guns this month. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a like if you did. The more the merrier. Share this video if you think it's helpful for any of your friends or family out there. And yeah, if you have any inquiries, any comments, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And have a wonderful March 2017. Okay. Bye, you guys. Ciao.